1976, that was the year when everything happened. Well, actually, when I think of it, 1975 I was born. Nevertheless, 1976, Porsche Club Sweden was founded and Kent Öhlin founded Öhlins Racing.
The brand new Cayman T, my beauty, my tool. But how is it set up from the factory? 1,430 kilos. That's the measuring that we have with a slight slimmer passenger, 75 kilos passenger, driver I hope. I'm 80 kilos. And we are about to find the prerequisites before we put the, let's say, Swedish gold inside the car.
This is the Swedish gold, Öhlins Racing Road and Track DFV. It stands for Dual Flow Valve. And before we fit these to my Cayman T, perhaps it is a good idea, to try out the Cayman T with stock chassis on a racetrack. So how is the Cayman T to drive on the racetrack? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it will not be a surprise, but it is superb. So what I mean by that is that the car is so balanced. Remember, this platform is built on the 992 and it drives and it is balanced. And remember, we have moved the engine to the middle. It means also that the car gives you a lot of trust when you're driving. And with trust comes also the possibility for you as a driver to stretch your limits and feel where the edges are when you perform the art of driving without getting scared. This is a perfect car for you to develop as a driver. And obviously with the manual gearbox, it is so much more engaging. So let's do a bit of comparison between the stock damper and the beautiful Öhlins, as I call it, the Swedish gold. First of all, the PASM is disconnected. Instead, I have a screw in the bottom of the damper with 24 different choices. I will come back to that when I drive the car. Also, if we look at the construction of the damper, well, there are some heavy engineering into this. Take a look at that. The original damper is mounted like this, meaning that the pressure or the stiffness or the forces will end up in this area. And look how thin it is. And that's why these are so thick in the stock. But Öhlins engineering has twisted around the dampers, making it much more stable on the areas where the forces attack the damper. As a consequence, the fluidness and the performance increases dramatically. Like it very much. Also, in these dampers, you could adjust as any damper at all, but also remember that depending, when you look at the date of the damper, you how low can I get my car? Don't bother. Instead, take a look at the performance. Make sure that you get the proper damper that, could make the art of driving more easier for you. I will come back to that also when we start to drive the car. Anyway, let's put these on the car and make my car even better. And by the way, 3 kilos saved in the rear axle. Before you fit the damper into your car, pay attention to the user manual that comes with the product, because Öhlins engineering has put some really good information into it and a lot of testing and engineering to come up with a unique value for your car. So this is the unique numbers for the 718. And the spring preload adjuster is these two adjustment points here, and the value I read in the manual, I put it at adjusting accordingly. But the damper also have one more possibility to adjust the height of the car up and down. But please pay attention to it, since, people like myself have a tendency to lower the car too much, and as a consequence, the tires might hit the inner fenders. No. Stick with the recommended value that Öhlins engineer has put a lot of effort to come up with.
You got something I can never be. without you. I'm in your command. Thought I was a man of my own will. It's been 2 years. I'm only a shadow of the good on me now. A breeze in my ear. Cause you know I cannot say no to you. Feeling like home.
Remember what we are creating here. We are taking the standard PAS, Porsche Active Suspension Management, with 2 adjustments point and increase that to 24. For that, we need to cancel the electronics around PAS into the vehicle. Öhlins provides a product, a cancellation product for the PAS with a package. Actually, this is bought separately, but it's quite straightforward. Just plug it into the connection and off you go.
Janko, everything is set, you can go.
I'm so happy that I'm not a professional journalist, because the clip you're about to see is a bit embarrassing. Well, the prerequisite for me to test out the Öhlins Racing chassis was to, really get things going. The way it played out was that the engineer from Öhlins Racing warmed up the car and the tires, and they adjusted the tire pressure when I was seated in the car. And I got a thumbs up to head away. Well, let's put it mildly. I couldn't focus on commenting the experience. It was too huge of a change.
Thank you.
So this is it. This is premiere of the Öhlins chassis. Obviously I have the Michelin Track Connect to make sure that I have the set, perfect with the wheels 70 degrees. Whoa. Okay, what is? But I'm sorry, not much of comments or experience coming out. At least I try right now. Well, not much of a word, but anyway. What is it? Still not much useful information coming out from my mouth at this point. Well, I'm so sorry. That's the least you can say to your audience, Janko. What have they done to my car? Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry that I don't speak to you, because Öhlins Racing has just transformed my Cayman T to a GT car. I was not expecting this. It is not the same car. At this point, the car is giving me so much trust, picking up speed with a smile on my face. What have they done? You have already asked that twice. Okay, I'm gonna try to get serious here, ladies and gentlemen. It was not my intention to totally lose control of the situation. But I did not expect so much change by having the dampers changed. This is way what I expected. Of course, I was expecting an improvement, but not a totally different car. This is now more like my GT car. And I'm sorry to say, I start to question the GT4. Yeah, okay, I haven't driven that yet, so I should be quiet. But what Öhlins has done to this car is they have really taken a spectacular Cayman T to a total different level. And I kind of start to understand. I mean, they're letting me driving on their test track, right? So this track is where all their products are being developed. And I understand when they say to me, Janko, each damper set that we create, we have some proper test drive. Of course, we use rigs, etc., but we also test drive all sets to make sure that it's not theory, it should be practical, you should feel the difference. And I was like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But it is spectacular. I couldn't expect more. This is too much, sorry, but it is. Perhaps you think the story ends here, but it doesn't. Remember the adjustment screws that gives me the possibility to adjust the damper 24 steps. Not only does that gives me the possibility to adjust the chassis according to the track that I'm currently on. Taking pothole out of the equation, it has actually increased the comfort level on my 718. But I do have found one downside with this product is that you have to crawl on the ground to adjust the dampers. They are, fitted like this, and you need to find the adjustment screw to adjust it. Oof. If you buy a Singer and claims a upgraded chassis, Öhlins is what you get. If you buy a Koenigsegg Jesko, Öhlins are already fitted. Öhlins are state of the art. And I think I have to address the Swedish culture, quite modest if you ask me. Öhlins Racing has over 300,000 victories over the years since they was founded in 1976. And if you are sad that you didn't get an allocation for a GT4 or a Spider, perhaps you should take under consideration to build one yourself. Okay, done. Let's put these on. Oh, they are beautiful. Ooh, it's like a baby. Oh, it's my baby going into my other baby. Oh, precious, precious, precious. This is not gold, it's a baby. Ooh, let's put them on. Nu ska jag ju döda för en barnvagn.